This week I listened to Royally Endowed by Emma Chase. Now, this is part of her series about the royals of Westcote. And actually, when I first listened to the book, I realized I had listened to his friend. So Logan is the main character. Let me get there. He is the male main character. And so when I was listening to it, I realized I had actually listened to the book about his friend Tommy, friend and coworker Tommy, first. And it's actually completely separate, but it happens after this series. So there are a lot of spoilers in that book. It's fine. And also in doing so, this is the third or fourth book in the series, so I hadn't listened to any of the other ones. So of course there are a lot of spoilers. I kind of know how the other books end just based on this book. But that's okay. It is romance. We kind of usually can figure out how the romance books end regardless, which is kind of why I love them so much. This is more royal. It could be falling under royal romance. Definitely bodyguard romance because that's his job. So Logan St. James is a bodyguard for the Westcote royal family, particularly Prince Nicholas. So the book starts within Nicholas's book, Nicholas and Olivia's book, because Nicholas and Olivia are in a relationship. They're trying to figure things out. Olivia has a sister named Ellie. So Nicholas, in trying to figure things out with Olivia, decides to move to New York, which means the bodyguard's got to come with him. And he kind of assigns Logan to be Ellie's bodyguard, or one of them, to take care of her and protect her because obviously her sister's dating a prince. Things can go wrong. So we first meet Ellie when she is a senior in high school, and she is kind of trying to figure out where she's going in life, what she's going to do. She has some ideas. She definitely ends up having a little bit of a crush on Logan because he's like saving her and all that. And we do see them like over the years. We see him at her graduation, where he has a very sweet moment behind the scenes with her father that really helps. So her father's basically addicted to alcohol, and he drinks a lot. And Ellie thinks that it's, all her fault. And so he goes and talks. So, like, the dad wasn't going to go to her graduation, and he goes, "No, you're going to her graduation. You do not realize how badly you are causing your daughter to suffer emotionally because of how you are treating her and how she's interpreting how you are treating her. Because really, he's just drinking because he is so sad. He doesn't mean to be, sending the message to his daughter that she's not important." So that was a very sweet moment, and really is the turning moment for her dad and her relationship, because this is where he just comes back into the family and stops with the drinking and everything. And then we watch, we get some snippets through college, and then she graduates from college as her sister and Prince Nicholas decide to go to Westcote, because her sister is pregnant with... They're not heirs because he gave up the throne for her, but they are royals, so to protect them better, they decide to go to Westcote, and Ellie goes with them to... oh my gosh, why are the words not coming today? To help her sister, basically. We also get we get a chapter of their wedding in there as well, and how Ellie behaves during the wedding and after the wedding when she goes out and gets drunk, because West Coast's drinking age is a lot lower than America's. Kind of funny. But you really kind of see over the years how Logan is falling for her. And he knows she has a crush, but he's like actually falling. But of course, he's putting duty above relationships because this is his life. His family background is not good. He went into the military and then became a bodyguard to distance himself from his family. And he really just wants to be a part of something bigger than himself. So he is just, this is where I need to focus. And then so Ellie goes out with a different bride, not on a date, just go out, have fun. And she's like, I want to talk to him about this, you know. So she kind of sneaks out of the bar and goes to his house, but I think he's at the palace or something, or he's somewhere else. I forget exactly where he is. And they find out that the restaurant or the bar that she was at is on fire. So he's like freaking out, thinking that he lost her, and then not realizing because her phone is in the bar. So that also, you know, it makes everybody believe that she died in the fire. Now she didn't, but they don't know that. So when he goes home and he is so stricken by grief, saying, why did I do this to myself? I could have had her. And then she just like is asleep on the porch swing. There's, you know, a lot of celebration, like one that she's alive, and then he's like, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. You are mine. I'm gonna take care of you. And they come together. But of course, in that, because it's not technically supposed to happen, you know, because duty, royal family, obligations, all that. They're like, well, we do have to tell the royal family. But things just keep getting in the way of them telling the royal family until eventually they are kind of found out in a very, very intimate moment in the throne room. It's just spicy. There's some spice to this one. Sorry, that was weird. Look. So they end up finding out. So of course he has to give up his job, which kind of leaves him at a loose end, which he does struggle with. Trying to figure out what should he do now. And then like he was a bodyguard, and now people are kind of giving him a hard time, saying like, oh, they don't like come out and say he's a gold digger, but they infer it, or like, you definitely got in with the royal family, good there, because you know she's the sister of a princess. So he's really struggling with that. And they get into an argument over that because he did not show up to a ball that was being thrown, which is really, you know, not good. So she's upset, he's upset, they argue. But they do, spoiler alert, but it's romance, we know how this works, come together in the end. But there's a little bit more in there before they can fully come together. I am not going to tell you about that. You will have to either read or listen to for yourself. So overall, I did really love this couple. They were really sweet and but like they worked well together. They really Ellie is very supportive. He's very supportive of her, and you get to see the romance kind of happen over the course of time, not just a quick it's done, they're in love type thing, which is not bad either. Sometimes you want that. Sometimes I like reading about the romance happening over a course of time and getting to see all that. So I rated this 4.5 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. I did have an issue because for me, some of the timelininess was just not adding up in my brain. And unfortunately, sometimes my brain gets caught on that and I have a hard time pushing past that. So it wasn't a 5 stars for just my brain not being able to push past that, and that's on me. But I really did enjoy that, and I do hope I get to read or listen to the other books at some point. But I have a whole big stack that I definitely need to read and listen to first. So that is my review. Happy reading.